What's up, guys? I'm Doc Holliday. Just did my early morning coffee run. I was just thinking about something. I seen a video about Conor McGregor. Now, I know there's some big Conor McGregor fans out there, and I was a Conor McGregor fan, but I was never a Conor McGregor jock rider. That he was a good fighter, and I made the argument in the past about, being a good fighter and being a great fighter who achieves greatness. And as far as personality goes, I mean, his personality, it shines, but as far as his, his record and his ability and what he's done in the cage, I would say he's really good, but I wouldn't slap the great title on there, and some people have a problem with that. That's not what the video is about, though, so I hope I didn't lose you guys on that, because, again, I am a fan of the guy's style, and I want to see him come back, but it's been it's been years. It's been probably 3 years since he fought Poirier, 2.5, something like that, since he took that injury. He did not look good against Khabib. He looked great against Cowboy, but that was a giveaway fight. Conor thrives against styles like that. Conor was usually good against aggressive styles because he could back up and throw them straight punches and guys would run right into him. Walk right into them shots. I do notice that McGregor did have some difficulties with a guy who could move and box somewhat, because a guy like Nate Diaz gave him some problems, especially in the first fight. But I'm going off on a tangent here. I got to stick to the topic, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Conor McGregor, guys. I used to think that he was out because, the drug testing. I thought that was the main reason he was out, because obviously, you guys seen the guy, he bulked up like the damn Hulk. He looked like he was 200 pounds of pure muscle through that injury. Now I'm wondering, this is what I was thinking about, this was my question, because Nate Diaz, he said free Conor McGregor. So is the UFC, does McGregor only have a fight left on his contract or something? Is the UFC kind of stalling his fights, kind of holding him hostage? Because you want to see a guy like this active. He's probably towards the end of his career now. He could have a little run of a few more fights, a handful of fights, and bring a ton of attention to the sport, a ton of eyes. That never happened. We had this 3-year gap or whatever it was, and there was a gap between Khabib and Cowboy, and it was just a lot of inactivity. But McGregor, if they wanted to keep building his pulling power, his draw power, yeah, you know what kind of fights they could have kept feeding them, the Cerrones. That was my thought. That was what the video was originally supposed to be about. And I don't know the answer to this, but is his inactivity actually due? I realize he got injured, but is it due to the fact that the UFC could possibly be trying to hold McGregor hostage? Because I firmly believe, especially with what Ngannou just has done, I know Joshua completely starched him, and I think it was the second round. First or second round. I think Joshua dropped Ngannou in the first. It might have been a little bit of a balance issue, but he had Ngannou snoring. I believe that was the second round or the end of the first. That might have actually been the end of the first round. But the Tyson Fury thing Ngannou did was pretty amazing. And McGregor, he's got to see the amount of money, the amount of attention that those fights brought Ngannou, and McGregor, his biggest payday ever was a boxing match against Mayweather, and it wasn't an exhibition. It was actually a legit fight. He did well in it. I do believe Mayweather kind of carried him into a little bit deeper waters purposefully, but I think McGregor can still make some waves. You could definitely do some of these big fights that put asses in seats. They could even do probably Diaz 3 as a boxing match. I don't usually talk a lot on here like this much, too often. Not great at it. I got to get better at organizing my thoughts and kind of sticking to the topic, because I do have a passion for the fight sports. I'm not as up to date on UFC stuff as I should be. I can't afford to watch all the pay-per-views and all that, but I did used to watch them all, especially when they were showing them at Buffalo Wild Wings. We'd always make a night of it. But I think I like talking about this stuff. Any kind of fight sports, UFC, boxing, that stuff. I even like BKFC is pretty cool. The bare knuckle stuff, I was watching that in the beginning. Actually, that gives me an idea maybe for another topic for another video. If you guys want to see it, Paulie Malignaggi in BKFC. That was years ago. I think I'm going to do a video on his fight. Let me know what you guys think if you would want to see that. Just, like I said, I can't stick to the topic, but McGregor, that's the question for this video. Do you think McGregor, the reason for his inactivity is because the UFC is kind of holding him hostage, or is it just because of his injury, or was it because of steroid usage? Now, with probably greatly lessened drug testing, I don't think the steroid thing is the excuse anymore. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. We'll see how this video does. Shout out to Wade Concept. Man, I think I was your 7th subscriber, brother. And I remember back in the day talking about you pursuing commentating and stuff. And you did it, so congratulations. It's pretty encouraging, pretty cool. But I gotta say, I do miss those live streams from back in the day when there was like a few guys in there. But I'm proud of you, brother. Anyways, until the next time, Doc Holliday, I'm out.